one thing that the second Trump administration has in common with the first Trump administration is the fact that apparently everyone seems to hate each other. Politico reports that a private dinner attended by dozens of administration officials and close advisors to President Trump nearly came to blows between two of Trump's top economic advisors. Now, one of them is Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. The other, well, Bill Pulte. Okay, so now Bessent had at one point, it had gotten so heated that at one point he threatened to punch Bill Pulte in the effing face. Well, to be fair, where else would you punch him? I'm just saying. Okay. Wow. And now Bill Pulte, of course, is the top housing finance official. And look, this thing, okay, this happened at the much anticipated, by whom, I wonder, much anticipated inaugural dinner at something called Executive Branch, the ultra exclusive Georgetown club created by and for members of Trump's super rich billionaire cabinet. Remember, he does have a billionaire cabinet. These rich MFers, richest people in the country, are now basically running it. I mean, they were running it before, but now it's much more direct. Much more direct. So now this was also a birthday party, apparently, for a MAGA-friendly podcaster. And so it's a big old party. It's a big old party. All right. Now, the guest list included a who's who of horrible people, sellouts, and their owners. Included Sean Duffy, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, Interior Secretary Doug Burgum, Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, SBA Administrator Kelly Loeffler, Medicare and Medicaid Chief Mehmet Oz, as well as venture capitalist David Sachs, who probably owns all of them, or had bankrolled many of them. So let's get into the details. What exactly led to this? What happened? Apparently, there's some good old-fashioned shit talking that happened. Bessent had heard from several people that Pulte had been talking shit. That's right. Had been talking about him behind his back to Donald Trump. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so according to one of the eyewitnesses and four other people familiar with what happened, Bessent had exploded at Pulte. And he said, quote, "Why the F are you talking to the president about me? F you. I'm going to punch you in your effing face." Awesome. Now, Pulte was apparently stunned by this, and he shouldn't be, because I'm going to get to what Pulte has been doing, okay? And you can kind of understand why Bessent got mad. Okay, and it ain't the first time Bessent has exploded. He's exploded at Elon Musk as well, and threatened him. Now, the tense encounter, according to Politico, prompted the club co-owner and financier Omid Malik to intervene, according to three people who were there. "It's either me or him," Bessent said to Malik. "You tell me who's getting the F out of here, or we could go outside. Let's go outside." "To do what?" asked Pulte. "To talk?" "No, idiot. He's not going to talk. He's not there to talk. In fact, he said, no, I'm going to effing beat your ass." God damn. This right here, it feels like high school. I mean, it really does. I mean, the guy, Malik had to separate those two. All right, kids. You're going to go sit over there, okay? You're going to go sit over there, and you're going to go sit over there, all right? He walked Bessent to another part of the club to cool down. And then they were placed on opposite ends of the table during dinner. I mean, again, total It's totally like high school. Okay, just absolutely ridiculous. Now you do gotta love how much these people actually really do hate each other and are only there to advance their own careers and their own wallets. I mean, that's what they're always there for to do, right? They're not there to help the American people. I know, shocker, right? It's never been about helping the American people. No, no, it is about trying to screw over the American people. Okay. And so, look, Trump had paired them up to make a plan to try to privatize Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. That is the federal housing finance programs that actually, help people become homeowners. Now, in the recent weeks, Pulte has taken the lead on an initiative that could put as much as 15% of those programs on the public markets. So they are working to privatize that so that, and of course, that is going to make it much more difficult for people to be able to afford a home. And so it is going to make some Wall Street people that much richer, though. So that's why they're doing it. But Trump put them together to work on this. But what happened, of course, is that behind the scenes, these two men have grown men, by the way. They're in a turf war. Now, they're in a turf war. Bessent believes, according to some of the people familiar with the conflict, that Pulte is inserting himself into matters where the secretary views, which the secretary views as his jurisdiction. Whereas Pulte is apparently bristling at the threat of being big-footed, whatever that means. Now, another clash point that they have is the fact that Pulte has close ties to Howard Lutnick. Now, the Commerce Secretary and Scott Bessent do not get along. They don't get along at all. So both of those men have been trying to jockey for power and praise from Donald Trump. It's gross to see, but this is what they're doing. This is how they operate now. Okay, Pulte has been trying to get on Trump's good side. He has gone ahead and launched a mortgage-related investigation into Trump critics. Okay, for example, Lisa Cook. Okay, at the Federal Reserve. Now, it's not about Lisa Cook. It's not about actual mortgage fraud. No, it's about the fact that Trump wants lower interest rates, and so he is intimidating the Fed. He wants to have either Lisa Cook fold and advise Jerome Powell to lower interest rates, which is going to make it so that Trump can save money on his outstanding loans and maybe fuel the economy a little bit. All right. And make it look like the economy is doing better than it is, because right now we are in economic stagnation. All right. And so he wants to control the Fed. And so either he gets, her fired on phony mortgage fraud allegations, which again, we're talking about Donald Trump here, who has himself engaged in fraud. And so, bit irony. A bit ironic, okay? And so, yeah, you have that. Now, of course, you have people like Pulte who are more than happy to do political investigations of Trump's enemies to get on his good side. And so that's what's going on here. So Trump had originally attempted to fire Cook. She hit back. She sued. This guy is like, oh, yeah? I'm going to investigate then. I'm going to investigate Lisa Cook for mortgage fraud. I think it's really clear, though. Everybody can see exactly what's happening. Okay? These are all political prosecutions, persecutions, all in an effort to try to win the favor of the Mad King. That's really it. That's really it. Now, Bessent... So far, I think Bessent's losing. All right. I think he's losing because remember, he's the guy who is not in favor of firing Jerome Powell, something that Trump has wanted to do, has talked about doing. Pulte has repeatedly called on Powell to step down, to resign, and if he won't, he says Trump has the authority to fire him. I don't think he does. The Federal Reserve is supposed to be a quasi-independent agency, and so Trump firing him and replacing him, that would mean that it's not an independent agency, which would cause an absolute disaster, an economic disaster. Nonetheless, Pulte gave Trump a draft letter firing Powell. This was the Washington Post had reported back on that back in July. And so while Pulte is doing all of that and talking shit about Bessent to Trump behind his back, no wonder sparks were flying. But understand, this is not the bug, it is a feature. Okay? This is exactly the kind of atmosphere that Trump encourages. He encouraged it in his first term. He's encouraging it now. He loves it when people fight for his approval. And they all know it. They all know it. That's how these stories keep getting leaked out. Okay? And look, there's a purpose in this, right? Whoever looks worse in this fight has a better chance of losing Trump's favor. And the winner, because again, Trump only cares about winning as a concept, not actually really winning, but just as a concept. All right. Whoever wins this and gets more favorable coverage and unfavorable coverage, that's going to be the person that Trump elevates and favors. And so, look, this is, like I said before, this is nothing more than high school drama, except for one crucial difference. This involves very, very powerful people whose job is to shape the policies that are impacting all of our lives. And that right there is probably the most damning part of all of this, that we are stuck in this drama cycle that is going to have an impact on all of our lives. Just like I said, they're going to try to privatize the housing programs, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which again is going to cause a massive, I think, problem with home ownership, which is already stagnating, by the way. The real problem with home ownership isn't, oh, we don't have Wall Street involved, or, oh, we've got the government too involved. No, it's the fact that you have these private corporations, private equity firms that are buying up all the single-family homes and turning them into rentals and allowing the prices to continue to go up. People are being priced out of the markets right now. That's a much more important story. And yet, here you have Pulte and Bessent working together to make privatization worse, which means higher prices for Americans, higher prices, and less home ownership. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.